Hello fellow lyricoins, I'm Cypress Inco, the pop song professor, and welcome to my channel where we explain, write, and sometimes roast song lyrics. And today we're talking about an incredible song by a band with only 3 of them. I was as shocked as you are about to be when I first heard this song. The Unicorn King has blessed us with a song that sounds like Heathens and Paramore and Evanescence all had a baby, and it's deep. The band is Cypress Inco, fronted by lead singer and songwriter Rochelle DeMint. In the mythology of the band, she is the cypress tree mentioned in the title, somebody who tries to be able to survive and thrive in any condition no matter how extreme, and she tries to pass on that experience or that vigor to the people who listen, to us, the the fans. Oh, what's that you say? You're not part of the fans yet? Well, you're about to be. I'm serious guys, what you are about to hear is going to be one of your new favorite songs. And honestly, I think you're gonna like Rochelle too. She is deep, and if you listen to enough of her songs, you're gonna know that it sounds like she's been through some stuff too. The band's Spotify page says they sing about anxiety, mental health, and surviving, hence the cypress tree. And here's the cool thing, because no other band has ever done this for me or for you, I asked them if they could give me something a little bit extra to share with you guys, and they actually created a bonus music video for another song that they haven't released yet. We won't talk about it much here, but thanks to her incredible vocals and the very deep lyrics, it is incredible. I'll share a link to it at the end of this video. And now, time to explain the song. The song is called Underworld, and here's my big ambitious goal that I want your help with. I would really like to get this song to 10,000 listens on Spotify within the next week, but I cannot do it myself, even though I'm going to try. We've done it once before, and we are going to do it again. That being said, Rochelle sent me a video telling you guys a little bit more about the song and how she thought of it. Check it out. Go listen to the song linked down below, and then we'll talk about these lyrics.
Hey guys, so I want to tell you a little bit about Underworld. So this song came from a really dark place in my life. I had just gotten out of an unhealthy relationship, I was living alone, and I can remember walking around my house just thinking that I was crazy because I was so paralyzed by anxiety. And one of the biggest lies that I believed at the time was that I was alone and that I couldn't get through it. But as I wrote Underworld, it was this therapy for myself to express where I was at and how I felt. And then I started showing it to other people. I played it at writers' round, played it at shows, and realized I'm not the only person going through this. People started to tell me how they experienced anxiety and depression and how they found hope through the song. And so if you can relate at all, if you've ever faced anxiety, depression, whatever it is, I really hope that you listen to the song and you hear the line that says, "I trust that you are here." I think one of the most important things is to know that you're not alone, you're not the only one going through this, and that you can make it through, no matter how dark the underworld is.
So a quick recap of that, Rochelle was going through a really difficult time laced with anxiety and the pain of getting over and finishing a relationship that was unhealthy. She was living alone, and that anxiety was telling her, you can't make it through what you're going through. So she wrote Underworld to express how she felt. So expect a lot of negative themes with this. It's gonna be a song that's gonna be relatable for a lot of you guys, and it's gonna be one that maybe you'll say at the end of it, like, yeah, that's how I feel too. But there is that note of hope that she mentioned, and we're gonna get to that too. Let's go ahead and start with the intro/chorus. So she's singing, "Oh, in my heart and in my soul, I've been searching for a home." That's talking about the pain she's going through and the need to not be alone, because a home is a place where you typically, it's more than just a house, it's a place where there are other people who you connect with and feel something when you're together with. But I'm lost inside my mind, I'm trapped in the underworld. The underworld is that dark world she's living in for the moment. And the underworld is partially a reference back to maybe like Greek mythology, though it's been co-opted into a lot of different things. And basically it's hell, both literally and figuratively. It's especially interesting that she refers to her mind as the underworld. I'm lost inside my mind, I'm trapped in the underworld. Sometimes our minds do become that kind of a prison or trap for us, especially when it comes to issues of mental health. 250 feet deep in a cave of my destruction, my escape plan is still under construction, cause I know what I want, but I don't know how to get there, to be honest, I'm not afraid of the dark. Honestly, I'm hoping that it's not considered disrespectful to dance to this music, but it's got a vibe, guys. You hear what I'm talking about with like that heathen sound to it? So 250 feet deep, that's describing the underworld. And you're gonna notice that the 200 means a lot to her, like she refers to this a couple of times. In a cave of my destruction, my escape plan is still under construction. She's not able to make it out yet, because I know what I want, but I don't know how to get there. To be honest, I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm scared of the people I know and the ones that I don't, and of myself. The dark perhaps is comforting, perhaps it's something she knows. Maybe it's not so much that she's afraid of where she's at, it's afraid of what she can't have. Like she said in the video, she was afraid that she would always be alone. I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared, and when the scene comes to close, I step back and I'm trapped in the underworld, and that's the end of it. I know for a fact, I've seen some like cartoons where like some old-fashioned 1960s cartoons perhaps, where Mickey Mouse gets like dragged down to hell or something, and he's like put on trial, and the scene kind of does feel like it comes to a close, and maybe it's like a similar sort of eerie kind of music. And that's the mental picture that I see when I see that. Just kind of like, well, that's the end of the story. I'm trapped in the underworld and there's no more. 200 miles inside a tunnel in my mind. Every way I turn, I hear the words you said last night. It's dark, but my eyes are awake. It's the silence that breaks me, it traps me, and takes me. Again, that silence refers to her being alone. And when she says, every way I turn, I hear the words you said last night, because that's like a negative thing to be trapped and to be surrounded by those words, my guess is it could be about that relationship that ended, or maybe just some, if you will, dark part of her thoughts. I wonder if I'll ever get out. I'm feeling sorry for myself and I can't give you love. I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. And when the jury is done, you step back and I'm trapped in the underworld. This, again, maybe this whole stanza is referring to somebody else who has helped place her there. But when she says, I can't give you love, again, maybe a romantic connotation, but there is this idea in a really good book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, where he talks about how we go in life from being dependent as children to independent as young adults to interdependent as we get into serious long-term relationships with, you know, spouses or friends or something like that. And yeah, if she is not feeling independent, she's not able to give love and to be interdependent and connected with other people because she's at a loss herself at that moment. Now we get to read the second half of the chorus. Will you free me from myself? Let me rise above my death, and I'll trust that you are here in the depths of the underworld. Now, this could be referring to fans, to a person that's really important to her. Notice though, she does capitalize the Y and U, which suggests that it could also have a religious connotation. Oh my gosh, I love that like deep voice noise at the end there, the stone cold killer. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Guys, have I said how much I really like this song? Oh my goodness, I like it even more than I thought I liked it. And essentially this portion's talking about how, you know, when bad things happen, good things can come from it. It's a natural progression of the story of the song, where she's talked about how she feels trapped with herself, trapped as a result of somebody else, and now something good may be coming of it as she remembers that, you know, the weight of the earth and being compressed is what makes a diamond something valuable. But then she negates that and says, but I'm nothing but a stone cold killer who's scared, because this hole could be a grave for my soul, but I like it and I'm scared. Which I think is perfectly summed up by the next line, that this is my new home and depression's locked me up in the underworld. That depression has almost acted like the Stockholm syndrome to keep her trapped where she's at. And she continues on into the bridge with some similar lyrics, but I think you guys get the basic idea of what this song is about. She feels trapped and alone because of herself, because of somebody else. There's this glimmer of hope, this anonymous you who could save her. She reminds herself that sometimes good can come from bad, but then goes back to that depression. And it's like, it's definitely the structure of a tragedy where we start out sad, get a little bit happy, and then end on a sad note, which sadly is something that a lot of people can relate to. Now that I've explained it, and now that you've heard it, I want one of you to dare to say that this song isn't excellent and doesn't need to be listened to more. Like, this is honestly fantastic, and my goodness. So please help me get this song to 10,000 listens on Spotify. Go ahead and like it, add it to your playlist, whatever you need to do, but we need to listen to this song because when we listen to it and Spotify notices that, more people will hear it. The link is down below. Go listen now, and if you're done with that, you can go ahead and watch a video from their channel, and you can check out the secret video that they made just for us. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you later.